Jeremiah chapter 15 is another description of the judgment against Judah for their unfaithfulness. This is Jeremiah 15, verses 1 through 3. Then the Lord said to me, "Though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my heart would not turn toward this people. Send them out of my sight and let them go. And when they ask you, 'Where shall we go?' you shall say to them, 'Thus says the Lord, those who are for pestilence to pestilence, and those who are for the sword to the sword, those who are for famine to famine, and those who are for captivity to captivity. I will appoint over them 4 kinds of destroyers, declares the Lord: the sword to kill, the dogs to tear, and the birds of the air and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy." Notice that there are exactly 4 destinies for the people: the sword, referring to invasion and war; pestilence, referring to all forms of disease, illness, and infestation; famine, of course, referring to a shortage of food; and captivity, referring to the people who would be carried away as slaves. The idea is that God has many instruments of judgment. All of them will be used, and there will be no survivors. God's promise is that this entire generation would be destroyed, and their bodies would be devoured by the dogs, the birds of the air, and the beasts of the earth. These 4 instruments of judgment, sword, pestilence, famine, and captivity, are grouped together here and throughout the scriptures in Jeremiah and in many other passages. In fact, these 4 judgments go back to the very beginning of the covenant. For example, Leviticus 26, we'll read verse 14 and then 16 to 17. "But if you will not listen to me and will not do all these commandments, then I will do this to you. I will visit you with panic, with wasting disease and fever that consume the eyes and make the heart ache. And you shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. I will set my face against you, and you shall be struck down before your enemies. Those who hate you shall rule over you." He reiterates these judgments in verses 25 and 26. "And I will bring a sword upon you that shall execute vengeance for the covenant. And if you gather within your cities, I will send pestilence among you, and you shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. When I break your supply of bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in a single oven, and you shall dole out your bread again by weight, and you shall eat and not be satisfied." All 4 judgments are here in one way or another. These 4 destinies promised in Jeremiah 15 are the exact means of judgment that God always used and always promised, going back to the very beginning of the covenant. What we're seeing in Jeremiah 15 is not a God who is cantankerous or short-tempered or impulsive. Just the opposite. We're seeing the judgment of a God who has been extraordinarily patient and merciful, and now is doing exactly what he said he would do. These judgments in Jeremiah 15 were fulfilled during the Babylonian conquest of Judah, and the Lord can use them anytime, anywhere, when judgment or discipline is required. Thanks for listening.